What's up, Daily Fab Gamers? Thank you so much for watching my stream. Before we jump into this red-hot action, let's review the rules. Don't be a dick. This should go without saying, but better safe than sorry. Chat with me. You know that I can talk at my computer for hours, but it's more fun when my computer talks back. And let's have a good time. I'm here to get sweaty, but that doesn't mean we can't have fun while I do it. Use the chat command DECK for a link to the list I'm playing here. It's also in the video description. Some of these decks are sick, and you might want to play them in real life. In that case, let me refer you to Hemel from the Bazaar. It's never been more affordable to play in the flesh and blood. Players have been buying the cards they need from Hemel for years. I started shopping from him in 2023 and have never found a better deal. The Bazaar's prices are the lowest for singles, full sets, and class sets, including new releases. Omens of the Third Age set bundles are available now and ship both domestically and internationally. Use the chat command HEMEL for contact info, then reach out on Blue Sky, Discord, email, or Twitter to see what he can do for you. Using the data command will produce a link to Fablazing.com, the best source for decklist, matchup, and tournament data. Do you have too much money? Give some of it to me. Custom channel tokens, as used by 2025 US National Champion and World's 2025 Top 8 competitor Majin Bey, are available from my Ko-Fi. Follow my tournament journey and spam the coolest emojis by becoming a channel member. And remember that channel members get matchup guides, post-game notes, elevated chat privileges, and more. Now settle in and get cozy because the stream begins now. Well, hello there, everyone. It's me, Lupine Fiasco, to play Flesh and Blood for you. Like the stream title thumbnail says, we're playing this guy today. I've never played Olympia, period. I also think this is probably the first time I've played a warrior ever. You know, it coincides with Mastery Pack Warrior, with like Warrior having actual good cards. So this is a deck that I built. There was input from other sources, right? I've looked at what other Olympia brewers are doing. But for the most part, this is a list that I put together. We are, as Ian says, Olympia. We are Azalea, but with a sword. I'm not trying to get too cute on really like any of the pumps. So like, I don't even have the maybe board filled out. There's no double down. There's no, what is it, Big Bluff, the yellow one that says that you wager in intellect. Like, I'm not trying to get too fancy with, oh, I'm paying for extra pumps, or I'm trying to break a bunch of gold all in the same turn. Like, no. For the most part, we are just doing the 1 for 3 pumps into sword. We want good, efficient turns. Like, that's the goal here, is just to get good value per turn. We can block pretty, not aggressively, but pretty, we have a good, the turns are not preordained. For the most part, we usually just want to like put our hand on the table every turn and send, you know, sword for 15 or whatever. The Azalea thing, the Azalea trick of just put your hand on the table and send one big tall attack. We do have some Command and Conquers in the deck. This is something that I have been impressed by, just like CNC generally. Like, if you have Blade Flurry from your gut shot, or you can go tall enough to trigger Unsheathed, you get to send sword for, you know, some amount of damage with Go Again, and then follow up with a CNC. Another cool thing that CNC does is work with Up the Ante, which is not a trick that I was aware of until I saw it happen in front of me, but Up the Ante does not target a sword, it targets an attack. So you can Up the Ante CNC, and like that's your CNC pummel. When your opponent puts 6 in front of your CNC to cover the arsenal and you have cards in hand, you get to Up the Ante, which is cool. For the low price of 1 resource, you get to give your CNC +1 and a wager. It also means that you can, if you really line it up well, up the ante and then take the upper hand your CNC, because take the upper hand is another card that targets attack, not targets weapon. As far as I know, that's the only CNC trick that we have. Every other wager card in our deck either targets a sword, a weapon, or a warrior attack. So none of that works with CNC, but I think next time an attack you control wagers. Okay, so we could even bluff it with check raise. That's pretty interesting. Besides that, I don't want to say there's really any spice in here. Belly Buster, 1 for 3, effectively a 1 for 4 with our sword that wagers. Big Slick is kind of the one that is the only card that I have in the deck right now that I'm not 100% on. In theory, this is a 2-card 9, which is really good. You pitch your blue, you play Big Slick, you send your sword by sacrificing a gold. The sword wagers, or you wager, so the sword gets +1. So you're sending 9 on hit, draw a card. Into certain heroes, that's going to be really good. Like anything aggressive either might not want to block that or will have a hard time blocking that. But depending on how many Guardians you run into or other warriors, I'm a little iffy on Big Slick. Definitely something I want to test. Check raise is just a 0 for 4. We are aware of how good Savor Bloodshed is. Check raise is certainly worse than that, but is a 0 for 4 3 block. So it's almost like we get to be Assassin. Gut Shot is another 1 for 3 with wager. The Blade Dance is kind of, I'm not sure how good that's going to be. It's more restrictive than Agility, which I like because it makes blocking it worse for many heroes. Like, anyone can use an Agility, not anyone can use a Blade Dance. So I want to make blocking the Gut Shot less appealing for most heroes, but at the same time, we just don't have a ton of ways to use the Go Again. I tried to put some in the deck, right? We have the Command and Conquers, we have a single copy of High Current Currency, we have Visit the Golden Anvil. But for the most part, everything on our deck either is a front pump for sword, is a reaction for sword, or just has Go Again already. Heads Up is a card that I have heard people are apparently down on this card, which I think is a bad take. I think this card is really good. Like, if nothing else, it is a 1 for 3 with Go Again. But on top of that, you get to give Dominate to your wager attacks, which is good. Like, we want to be hitting. People are, like, super excited about Double Down, which gives Overpower, which is strictly worse than Dominate in a meta where Warrior is being played. Like, Warriors can block your Overpower, Guardians can block your Overpower, Marionette can block your Overpower, Assassins generally can block it. It's very hard to deal with Dominate. So, like, Heads Up, just as a floor, is 1 for 3, which Double Down is not. Double Down needs you to have wagered to actually get the +3, where Heads Up just says it's 1 for 3. But then Dominate is also really good. Hold'em feels like an Olympia staple. It is a 1 for 3. It gives you the Vigor. If you hit, the Vigor pays for your next 1 for 3. So, like, on the turn that you play Hold'em, you pitch blue, you play Hold'em, you use the 2 resources, you swing sword, you send your 2-card 7 on hit Vigor gold. If you hit, you make a Vigor and a gold. Your next hand, you could block with 3 cards, then use your Vigor token to pay for another Hold'em, and then use the gold that you won to send your sword, so you get a 1-card 7, which is really good. Money Where Your Mouth is, 1 for 3, wagers a gold, so effectively 2 gold if you win. The problem with Money Where Your Mouth is it blocks 2, but we are Azalea cosplay, so we don't really want to block anyway. Like, just don't block with Money Where Your Mouth is. Take the Upper Hand is a 0 for 3. We are wagering most of the time, so it's pretty unlikely that we don't get to use Take the Upper Hand. Unsheathed, again, Azalea cosplay, it's a 0 for 3. It probably gives Go Again. Already talked about. We have some ways to use Go Again. Not a ton, but I want to try it out. There are other 0 for 3s we could be playing. Like, we're playing this, we could play the Kasai one, 0 for 3, draw a card, put a card on top of your deck. Maybe we should just be playing that anyway. Like, maybe if Big Slick is bad enough, that's what I play instead. And we just, like, get to be Azalea but better. Drawing Dead is an interesting card. I see people playing 3 copies of this. I had originally put 3 copies in the deck, and I'm just not sure about it. Like, the first Drawing Dead is good, because you get to send a 1-card 5. You break gold, you send sword, you play Drawing Dead, you wager. Nice. You get to swing for 5. You're probably hellbent at this point. You don't have a card in hand to discard to the Drawing Dead, and then you make a gold. You're so up. Or your opponent does the thing where they overblock you Drawing Dead as a combat trick, and then they have to discard a card. Awesome. The first Drawing Dead in a turn is really good because it turns on your sword. The second Drawing Dead in a turn is really bad because it's +1. So I don't think we want more than 1 copy of Drawing Dead. It's also only a yellow. We really like blues because blues say pitch, play your 1-cost wager, swing sword. You don't have to spend a gold. Drawing Dead does not let you do that, so I'm only on the 1 copy. We have our single Riches of Trobaldani. Just as a floor, it makes you a gold. We want gold. The other thing that Riches does is pair with All In. This is my anti-fatigue tech. So against Guardian or anything defensive, anything where the game is going to go very long, we want to get to the point where we have few enough cards in deck that we're just pitching Riches every turn and we're stacking gold. And then we're getting to the point where we get to All In for like +20 to 30. And then we kill our opponent that way. Ideally, we are also like really living the dream with Heads Up, and we get to send Dominate as well. This is a pretty big combo to put together, right? We need to play Heads Up, we need to play All In, we need to wager, but then we get to send like 30 with Dominate, and that's how we're beating like hard fatigue. Then we've got the blue base. Donkey feels like a pretty safe one. Again, the first Donkey in a turn is +2. The on hit is worse. Heroes are less likely to have an arsenal than a card in hand, but still, it is a blue 2 offensively and a 3 block defensively. That's really good. Glint is just cards in hand. We get Go Again for our high current currency, Command and Conquer. This could be something else. This is day 1 of Olympia testing. I'm sure this is not going to be the final build. Maybe there are other reasons we have to play Go Again. But for now, I think Glint is just pretty solid. The single high current currency, it's a blue 3 block at worst. At best, we get to use the action point from our Blade Flurry or Glint to take 2 counters off of our opponent's Tunic and make 2 gold. Right, we're doing Kasai just a little worse. Rakeback is a card that I'm pretty high on. I don't like Double Down. I don't like the yellow Intellect Wager. But I do think Rakeback is really good. It's a blue 3 block. Getting your armor back is so cool, right? You block with your gold gloves. You sacrifice them to pay the cost of Rakeback. You send your big sword, you hit, you put your gloves back. Like, that's just great. This means this is effectively a blue 4 because you get a blue 5 even. You get your +2 from the card, you get your +1 from your sword, and then you get your 2 block from your gloves or boots, whatever you just got back, your Galea. Like, Rakeback just seems really good. Do you have enough Go Again to throw Snatch in just as a Go Again payoff? Maybe. Definitely something I want to test. There are definitely changes I can make to this deck. Like, I'm not 100% sold on this. Snatch could be a good one. I'm sure there are other cards we could test as well. Just to, we can definitely take it one of 2 directions. We either put in more benefits to Go Again, or we just take out Go Again altogether. And, instead of Glint, we play a different blue. Instead of Unsheathed, we play a different red, like a different pump. I have Shove Off in here. Shove Off may just be worse than Provoke. I don't know. It could be that we play both of them. I am on Visit the Prize Room. I'm not sold on this card. This is definitely something I want to test. The fact that you have to destroy a gold to equip the prized Galea is, really bad. I didn't know the card did that when I put it in the deck. I did know it blocks 2, which is also pretty terrible. And it says that we have to fill our inventory with 2 prized Galeas. I am on single copy of Visit the Golden Anvil as a way to use Go Again. just refresh armor. Like, I think there is something here. But as far as re-equipping, I mean, we could be on, like, a single copy of Galea, and then we cut the second one, and so we're just playing, or we play Kabuto, and like, hey, we picked up 2. It doesn't matter that Kabuto is worse than Galea against heroes that don't care about their weapon, but like, we got 2 armor back, and that was sick. Like, it could just be that we need more sideboard space, and so we cut the Galeas, and we cut Visit the Prize Room, and we play a better blue. We play Provoke. Like, that's possible. Something I want to test. Up the Ante is just one of the best cards in the deck. Like, it does everything that we want it to do. We wager a bunch of shit. It's a pump. It uses however many floating resources we have really well. As I said, you can up the ante a Command and Conquer, and that's really strong. Like, if we end up putting Snatch in the deck, you can up the ante a Snatch. Like, up the ante is just a very flexible card. Flexible is the word I was looking for earlier. And then single Golden Anvil. As far as the inventory, I talked about All In. This is the anti-fatigue tech. That's why I'm only playing 1. I really am not trying to all in twice in a game. I don't see what that would do for us, really. Like, over the course of a long game, we should just get enough chip damage in that the single, like, gold stacked all-in is enough to win. I don't know why we would need to. Golden Company red is a card that's really impressed me. Golden Company blue seems like overkill. Like, I don't know. It's a blue that doesn't deal damage. I'm not really expecting to be so heavy on gold that I can just throw one away for a 4 block when I could play different blues instead. But Golden Company red feels very good against Guardian, against Assassin, against other Warrior. Yes, it costs 2 compared to Steelblade Shunt, which we could be playing. I didn't talk about the equipment, but we have Spring Tunic. I'm not so much a fan of Grains. Like, I get it, it's an okay card, but Tunic just says once every 3 turns we get to send a 1-card 7. Like, that's really sick. Tunic would also be able to pay for Steelblade Shunt, which it can't pay for Golden Company. So it's something I want to test. Like, Golden Company could definitely just be Steelblade Shunt and probably feel better that way. But if I have to do a real big block against a Marionette, or my hand gets shipped, like, whatever, I want to test Golden Company just because it at least does the thing as far as paying gold as an alternate cost. I'm on Prized Galea. I don't see why an Olympia would not be on Prized Galea. And then we're on the Golden Gate and the Golden Gauntlets. Like, Golden Gauntlets just seems like a slam dunk. Golden Gate, I could see an argument for playing the Wager Valiant Dynamo, but it blocks 2, it pays alternate costs. Just seems really good. Into the Muck and Iron Song Response both kind of fill the same slot as far as I am playing this against defensive decks where I expect them to block. I'm not playing it against aggro decks where I'm not expecting them to block. Jagged Edge is here really for Ziggy and I guess Acilio. I could see this being something else. This is one of those cards where I think if this isn't enough to get me wins against Ziggy or Acilio, I just shouldn't play it. Like, as it is, I need to bring 9 cards into any specific matchup. And if I'm playing against, like, Syndra, Syndra's a bad example because we have Bluntons. Like, Syndra, Blunton, Shelter, Jagged Edge is probably good enough. But I'm a little iffy about my aggro package. Fi is another one where I would play Blunton, Dio. I'm trying to think of, like, what is an example of an aggressive hero where I feel like, oh, I can get up to 57 cards really well, but then my 58th, 59th, and 60th cards are kind of iffy. Like, I don't know, Brute, maybe? I pair into Rhinar, and I'm playing, like, Jagged Edge, Shelter, and Iron Song Response. I guess Golden Company. I don't know. Maybe my sideboard plan is actually just perfect. Shelter from the Storm is there for Marionette. Blunton is there for Warrior Mirrors, Assassins. I'd play it against Syndra. I'd even play it against Dash.io. Like, Dio is going to end on Gun and then Arsenal a card enough of the time that Blunton is just solid. And then as far as equipment in the sideboard, on AB1, this is really just for Vincent. Like, as you can see, I am not respecting Acilio. I'll play Jagged Edge in case they're on counterburn, but for the most part, I'm trying to race Acilio. I'll play Null Rune Boots because they're better than Golden Gate, probably, but even then, like, Golden Gate pays for my sword. We're just racing. Like, I'm not super confident in the Wizard matchup, but then Warrior has never been good in the Wizard matchup. Boots is here for Runeblade. It's here for Aurora, for Vincent, and very quickly for Viserai. And I feel good about that. Kabuto of Imperial Authority, so important in the Warrior Mirror. I'll play it against Assassin as well. And it's a pretty easy one to break, and then equip a Galea with Prize Room. Braveforge Bracers and Prize-Worn Pathfinders, I don't think ever come in main. Like, I think into anything that isn't Arcane, I'm always playing Golden Gate and Golden Gauntlets and just feel good about them. And Braveforge Bracers and Prize-Worn Pathfinders are strictly here for after I play Visit the Golden Anvil. And finally, we talked about the 2 Prize Galeas. These are here for Anvil and for Prize Room. If I ever cut the Prize Room, and I think there's a pretty good chance that I do, and just replace them with Provoke or some other good blue, Galeas just get cut, and we say, if I ever Anvil, I just pick up Kabuto, and it's fine. It blocked 2. Maybe somehow the Fi or Syndra or whoever sequenced in a way that Kabuto mattered. Who knows? So that's the deck that I put together. Again, this is untested. I have no idea how this is going to do, but we're just going to head over to Talishar and start playing some games. I just learned that on Talishar you can change your aesthetic. You can change your playmat and sleeves and specific cards art, which I thought was nice. Never seen that before. All right, let's get in. Let's see how it goes. Which of my prized Galeas am I going to start with? This is the old art. Okay, great. Melora. Hello, good luck, have fun. Melora, get out of here. Okay, so it's Huntsman. I know this Huntsman, which is why I'm going to play out this game. Otherwise, I would probably not. I think Huntsman we are fine to fat stack. As far as equipment goes, I don't know that we would start with Kabuto. I think we're pretty happy with a Galea to start with, just as we get to wager. This is certainly a hand of cards. Alright, Graven Cowl, Flick Knives, Black Tack. I do need to filter. I am going to keep my Big Slick. But for the most part, we are just sending Golden Grail. We're going to arsenal our Shelter. We will put our Shelter down first. This is a bit of an awkward hand. I am probably here looking to block with a Golden Gauntlets. Rude. You are contracted to banish opponent's non-action cards whenever you complete. When this hits, banish the top card of their deck and a defending card. I'm definitely blocking with a Big Slick because we did not find a blue. I kind of want to block with the Golden Gauntlets. The problem is I will need to block. I will need to cover the damage in its entirety. So I need to make this block to cover the 7 or to cover the 6, which I don't love. What I'm intending to do with this hand, I guess I could also block with my Shelter here. I am thinking I want to. Oh, this costs 2. So I'm just not allowed to block because we're going to do... Oh, no, right. That's why I need to sacrifice the Golden Gauntlet. Because we're going to block with Big Slick, pitch Big Slick to play Gut Shot, destroy a Gauntlets to wager, and then take the upper hand, and that's kind of how we get started. So I think I'm fine with this block. Block 6, swing sword. Nah, I want to get started. Oh, I'm gonna waste gloves on this. Get to come in for 7, Noah. That's sick. And I even win my wager, probably. Which gives me Blade Dance and gold. Alright, cool. So we lost our gloves, which is unfortunate. We'll just rake back them. Bonds of Attraction, banish a card from my graveyards. You need to hit a red, or you just hit my gloves. My turn is pretty face up. We just get to go check raise, money, belly buster, tunic, sword. So I don't believe I'm blocking this. Gonna adjust a nick, that makes this 6. This is fine. I do hate to lose up the ante, but it is what it is. I was wondering when Darkodius would wake up in the backseat. He's always here. He never leaves. I just get to click all of my buttons. I'm taking so many game actions. Oh, oops. I did want to wager that. Sword. Yes. 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 Come in for big 14. Does our opponent get from this? Courage, gold. Oh my god, yes, I do want to close the combat chain. Codex of Frailty gets something that I'm going to shelter. I get to do check raise heads up. Blunder coming in for 5. So we can block with Galea and Shelter, which lets me do check raise, heads up, sword. Currently the check raise does nothing. But having the... I guess that's not super good. Maybe we just come in with sword heads up into the muck. Like, I can still wager it, I just don't need to check raise. I think this is fine. We shelter this. I'm probably looking to Galea here. We're just not going to heads up. I'm in with the Galea. And we will Arsenal into... we'll Arsenal heads up. Alright, now we are going to... Where are you? Heads up. I'm definitely not blocking this. One more equipment, that's fine. Surgical Extraction says that I don't block. Huntsman doesn't take anything from me, and I don't particularly... Huntsman doesn't get a silver, and nothing that I would lose is, like, overly devastating to my turn. Okay. Well, I sure do wish I had a defense reaction to deal with black tech. No, my blue on top. I kind of needed that in my hand. You're just going to CNC me? It's extremely rude. In that case, we block 6 here, and it's just... What if I didn't block 6? What if I just took 6, went to 20, and the line was check raise, belly buster, send sword? I guess check raise, hold 'em, send sword for 11. Sure do wish I had my tunic. Sure do wish my huntsman was drawing worse. Check raise, hold 'em, grail. Yes. I make a vigor. That's really nice. I even get a gold. I am now allowed to aggressively block. Pain in the backside. I believe we are going to give you shove off. Shred, okay. You're gonna poke me with, I guess, scale peeler, so my equipment block's worse. Tunic into excessive blood loss. So I have a couple lines. I could take the damage and just not worry about getting blown out by blocks. If 2 resources, I get to sword with glint to support it. I could sword for free. Sword, sacrifice this. Depending on how blocks turn out, I can glint. I think that's fine. I'll block with... Oh, Grail only blocks for 1. We'll say no blocks. Cut to the chase makes it 8. I lose some reds. Because of course I do. Let's come in with Grail. See how blocks come down? I think at this point then I probably just up the ante for full value. I'll get an agility which I can use for CNC next turn. I get everything. Now I have to pretty aggressively start blocking. I could visit the prize room. Looking for a scrap for 5. I think maybe we block with Golden Gate here. Like, this is definitely not lethal. I have an agility and I have a vigor. I mean, I can double CNC, but I believe we want to Jagged Edge as well. I could up the ante the CNC, but I wouldn't have resources to pay for it. Like, I could have just sent CNC. That seems pretty face up that I'm going to do a thing. Maybe that would have been fine. Flick, buyback, call. Sweet. To call for 2. Guess I take the damage. I think I'm losing this game. This Huntsman has been very aggressive. I mean, I have to block this. Into Codex. The classic. Yeah. You have 1 floating resource? And I guess we block like this. We're very dead. The game has ended. The game ended when the Arachne's average value per turn outpaced mine. Come in with CNC. Tunic. Come in with CNC. I would have had 1 floating. Damn, you're so right. I wish I could go back and take my turn back. I appreciate your insight at this point in the game. Let's come in for 2. I assume they don't block this. I will glint this. Well, that's... we'll break a gold for this. Try to turn this shove off into something more important. Rakeback could be good later. I guess the worst card in my hand is... Oh my god, Talishar, please. I guess the worst card in my hand is Drawing Dead. I mean, the problem is that I also have to block the Scale Peeler. Alright. Good game. Yeah, we just got outvalued by Huntsman. And I am not going to win a game where I'm getting outvalued by Huntsman. The Huntsman doing less deck damage than, like, arsenal damage is not a matchup that I feel comfortable. It's not how I want that one to go. Nope. I don't want to play against Huntsman again. I refuse to play against Huntsman again. Already not a fun matchup to play, and then I'm learning a new hero. Against someone who I know is a very dedicated Huntsman player. Lowercase is an extremely competent and skilled Huntsman that I do not want to continue to pair into while I'm on my 2nd game with a new hero. Yeah, Melora is always cooking something. So yeah, aggressive Arachne is fairly up their alley. I'm even going to tag them in Discord. What a series of draws that was for them. Why am I getting the weird heroes today? Let's put on AB1. We are going to not Blunton. We are going to Golden Company, Shelter. Am I trying to fatigue you? If I'm trying to fatigue... Jeez, how are you liking Olympia? Well, my first ever game was against a huntsman, so not very much. I don't think Blunton as a yellow. Blunton as a yellow has got to be worse than, like, Iron Song Response as a 3-block. Even if I'm just trying to fatigue. Who's my opponent? Alright, end turn, you do nothing, you make a rune chant. I am already very skeptical of my red count. This has happened to me a lot, of like, just a bunch of reds. So we Golden Grail pitching these two. Come in for 3, see if I get blocked. Play the Iron Song Response. Not that I'm super expecting her to block me, but if she does, I just get some value. I'm not going to Galia here. I'm putting her on a D-React. It's just more like, hey, do it. You're gonna face Purgatory me? Because that'd be incredible. Alright. And I'm still gonna do it. I still get my 1 over. It's just like... Alright. I'm not gonna Galia. I could, but I won't. Which I assume is why they blocked 5 here. So that the Galia doesn't take me to 4. But I'd rather have my Hold'em and have blocked with my Galia before I think about making that play. Call, sure. Well, I did want that Hold'em, but I guess I get rid of a call this way. Alright, maybe if Big Slit... Well, Big Slit could just stand to be a 0 cost. I don't know. I'm just a little concerned at how many all red hands I've drawn over the course of my games. This is not bad. This is a very good hand if I get to keep it, but with Deathly Whale coming in, I believe I am on the fatigue plan. I mean, that is what I boarded for, so we go pitch. And we've got Deathly Whale coming in for 4, so I will probably just block with Check Raise and Gut Shot. Not let it hit. My turn is just going to be pass. Arsenal just take the upper hand and say, hey, Vincent, convert with no setup. Yeah. I don't know if I'm supposed to be racing her or not. Like, I definitely could have let that Deathly Whale hit and then have a turn. Or, like, block with armor, sacrifice the gauntlets to send the Grail. Like, I had lines. I could have just taken 7 there and it would have been fine, but I feel like I should... I don't know, we'll see. The way that this hand is looking is like, if she does nothing, if she just sets up and passes, then this hand is going to be very good at being aggressive, right? Play Unsheath, play Check Raise, so we get +7. Belly Buster is +4 with the Grail. So I'm coming in for 14. with a wagered courage, and I can make it 17. That's very much Azalea. Let's see what the Vince set is going to do. What's up, Nicola? You're going to widespread destruction me? So first of all, that's rude, and this is coming for 6? Okay. How do you cash all the go again in your deck? We're working on that. It's a good question. I've got a few things, like we've got Golden Anvil, we've got Command and Conquer is the big one. I think I was supposed to block with the check raise and keep the Belly Buster. Like, I think having wager more than having the +4 if I've wagered has got to be better. We shall see. This line is just going to be Golden Grail for 3. Like, she is not setting up, so I am pretty content to just, I don't know, we attack on a couple axes, I'm not getting culled here. She is stacking blood debt without clearing it. If she's going to give me a full card and Grasp here so that I don't Galea, like, I'm pretty okay with it. And again, I think I'm pretty okay with her just taking damage. Like, I'm not going to Galea here. If she didn't block this, I'm just saying, yeah, take 3. I'm up on deck size. She's taking blood debt. Like, this is where I feel really good right now, is that she has 2 blood debt in the graveyard with no rune chance. And she's blocking. If she's not converting 5-card hands, I feel like I'm in a really good position. Just another Deathly Wail, like, ooh, and she's setting up. You want to talk about drawing some unfortunate reds. This Vincent has been on it. I get to Money Where Your Mouth Is, Pitching Riches. I am intending to take the upper hand here. I could shove off, like, I could Tunic for Sword and then have the ability to pitch Shelter to play shove off, but that just seems worse. Like, I think I'm pretty comfortable just sending the 7 and floating the 2, and, like, that's okay. I can Galea this if I want to. I probably won't. I would like to block with it first. I'm intending to take the upper hand. No matter what, just so I can clear my arsenal to make room for Shelter. We now have a gold. I guess I could have broken the gold to Galea and have the ability to get to Golden Grail and have the 1 floating for shove off if I need it, but I don't think that's right. I think I'd rather save my gold for a better turn. Well, I'm not getting face purgatoried, so I already feel pretty good. We'll take the upper hand here just to get rid of it. As I said, it also makes it so that she can't cover this with 2D reacts. She also might just take 10. Well, there's one of them. Can we see a second one? Oh, she did play 2. Okay, great. Can we see a third one? Or a Haunting Rendition? There it is. My God. She found a pretty good hand to punish us. Alright, so I guess I was... no. So the shove-off would not have worked. She would have just made another rune chant. Alright, yeah, I mean, sometimes she just has that hand. What's up, Delph? Sometimes she just has that hand, and it just feels bad. Okay. This hand certainly does something. This is a bunch of rune chants. I'm surprised she banished the jack-o'-lantern. Oh, because she has tear through the portal. Okay. So this is going to give you go again. This should not be enough. You take the 1. It's going to force a Deathly Wail through. So you'll make 1 rune chant, because this is not going to hit. I do need to take my 1 here. Oh, this will make 2. Okay, you get to Deathly Wail into this. I see. So if you're going to Deathly Wail into this, or if you're going to Deathly Wail into Deathly Delight, then I am going to start A-being. I believe my intention here is to A-B with the glint. Right. We're going to Tunic as well. I'm going to A-B these last 2 rune chants with the Tunic and the blue. I'm going to Golden Company to the Deathly Wail. And then I'm going to Shelter the Delight and Arsenal this Iron Song response. That's how we play this turn. She gets to send more damage. She will make 2 rune chants, which she'll throw at me. She'll gain 2 life. And then she's out. I guess I could also block the Deathly Delight with Iron Song response and Galea. And that's how I get my 2 Galea values so that I feel okay blocking with or wagering with it later. She has to close chain. Not that that matters. Make the 2 rune chants. I take the 2 rune chants. Yeah, I'll block 5 here. That's fine. I'm not going to Golden Grail with my gold, because there just isn't a reason to. I think that just puts her in too good of a position to, like, I don't know, play some kind of D-react against me. Like, sending 3 here just doesn't super matter. Wow, this hand is not good. Maybe I'm using my gold on this Golden Company. She's gonna have 2 rune chants. Am I getting widespread destructed? Well, thankfully it's a D-react. Will you be hard casting another blood rune gate? Let's find out. Yeah, I'm not digging my blue ratio right now. I think I need a few more blues in this deck. I have a lot of reds, especially when I board in. I'm at 19 blues currently. Hey, Haunting Rendition. That would have punished me for just sending Golden Grail. Sort of. Yeah, I mean, she probably discards it, takes 1, makes a rune chant. I'm sad. I don't love that she got to use the gold I gave her because she had 10 block at reaction speed on my big turn. She dirging. Does she dirge a rune chant or the incantation? It was a rune chant. Does she have go again? Like, if it's just Deathly Wail for 4 arcane. Alright, it's widespread destruction. So I care about the rune chants in as much as if she's playing like Cull or Succumb to Temptation, then I'm sad. I could stop all of the arcane and then shelter and take 2. I could kind of want to arsenal this Belly Buster. So let's take 1 arcane and just see what she does. I need to play this shelter. I am not going to, I am just looking to pitch 3 reds, shelter this widespread, and then pass on my turn. Arsenal the Belly Buster. If she culls me, then I am sad. She's culling herself. What does she get out of this? DRE. This has no on-hit that I care about, so I'm not blocking with armor. We just give her the shelter. I need to put this Golden Company next to some blues. I'm a little concerned that I have a check raise and to take the upper hand next to each other with no wager currently. We just pass. She's well on the road to being fatigued. We've also seen 2 calls. Hey, it's blues. These would have been great last turn. I mean, this hand is still pretty good. Pitch blue, money where your mouth is. I can send Golden Grail with no resources floating and take the upper hand, make this 10. I do have Tunic that can pay for up the ante to get me +1. Alternatively, I like to see her banish Mordred Tide. Alternatively, maybe a couple blue wager buffs? Maybe. You could. I kind of want my blues to not cost 1. Ooh, she takes a setup turn. That's pretty good for me. I mean, that's a lot of setup. Interesting that she would banish the Mordred Tide. I guess. I don't know. I feel like I've shown that I'm pretty committed to not getting fatigued. So, like, I don't know that I love this play from her. So we go, I can stop this. Alternatively, I just take damage. Like, I could take all the rune chants. She has not taken damage. So this is only 1 rune chant behind. I can take 5, put... I mean, I could just take 9. It's like, I think I'm trying to fatigue her, though. It's, you know what? I came into this game thinking I was going to try to fatigue her. Let's just do that. She is clearly not setting up. And if my Vinset opponent is just going to play this hand-to-hand, then I will happily say, yeah. I am happy to not take damage. So now I have a choice. I could send Golden Grail for 7. She has a DRE in Banish. She'll have 3 rune chants. We've seen 2 Haunting Renditions, 2 Reduce. We've seen 2 Haunting Renditions? Why am I only seeing 1 in here? Am I missing something? She's definitely... Oh, she pitched one. Yeah, she pitched one. That's why I've seen two. But there's only one in the graveyard. We have to put up the ante down. We're putting that next to a bunch of plus power, which is great. So I could just send my 7 here. And say that's pretty good. But I think I'm happy to just pass. Let's not make it easy for her to get the 4th rune chant with the one remaining Haunting Rendition that I have not seen this game, or the other reduced to rune chant. Banishes a Deathly Wail, which she can play. We have a blue, Tunic is up. I'm pretty confident in my ability to not get hit. Vinset is not currently active. Let's see if she can get active. She cannot. So we can pitch the blue, put 6 in front of the Deathly Wail. So again, I'm trying to think, am I trying to like do something? Heads up, CNC. That's how we block this. I think I'm pitching the gut shot to play the Money Where Your Mouth Is and sending Grail for 7. That's also how I'm getting Wager back to the bottom of my deck. Alternatively, we send Gut Shot because the Blade Dance doesn't matter as much. This is potentially giving her a gold. But I think that she's set up where she's not going to want to give me cards. I think threatening 7 here is relevant. I'm not going to Tunic my Galea. I was like, this is fine. This makes 2 gold if it hits. I'm putting her in a position where she can get Face Purgatory value, but I don't discard. So it would just be like, you can block 7 here and draw something and feel okay about it. I'm also saying, like, do you want to give me cards? She is set up here. And she'll make 1 from the incantation. She'll banish a card. That gets her the 4 rune chance for DRE. But if she doesn't play a shadow card, then I also have Tunic, hopefully blue, to cover the 4 rune chance, and then I can block 6. Like, this is just very much a value-based game at this point. These goddamn Haunting Renditions. She is just the queen of having it. This game. Anytime that I've attacked, she just happened to have a 4 block in hand. That's certainly, you know, sometimes you just have it. Hey, I even have a blue. Wow. I get to stop DRE unless she has a shadow thing. Oh my god. Is this card good? Do I have Vinset players in chat who can tell me if Jack-o'-lantern blue is worth playing? Is there a Hala stream planned? I'm curious on how I would approach the hero. Yeah, I might play Hala at some point. I'm not opposed to it. Deathly Wail, you're gonna make 4. You're gonna make 2 rune chants back, so I have the 4. That's pretty good. I can't stop this one. I can stop the others. So I AB3 here. I am going to block with Big Slick and Heads Up. And then just Arsenal Bellybuster. Maybe someday. Been hearing about it for the new Vis. Oh, Jack-o'-lantern? Yeah, but Vis is like a good hero, and Vincent is not. Vis is going to have way more potential to draw cards with Jack-o'-lantern. Like, Vis potentially draws 2 cards from Jack-o'-lantern. Vincent does not. And blue Jack-o'-lantern is like, I don't know, really? Vincent gives me a thinking, please bear with me, so I assume she's thinking about it. Oh, she's going to Creepers? Is this the 3rd Dirge? Seems like it. Jack-o'-lantern. Oh my god. I guess. I mean, that's a... No, that is a bad hit, because she doesn't have the 3rd Rune Chant. Alright. I mean, she gets to keep the Creepers. But, oh, sure. Yeah. Alright. I need to Tunic one of these. And then I guess I'm blocking this. Like, I was pretty content to not block with this Belly Buster and arsenal it and just have a card. But I can, if I'm coming into this game with the intention of fatiguing her, then yeah, let's just block 3. Having the Belly Buster and arsenal does not help me very much. I just don't know that I've ever seen a Vincent actually banish something playable. Like, I've never seen a Vincent make a Rune Chant from a Jack-o'-lantern. It's always just been like, I don't know, she hit a Deathly Whale, so I guess that was good. It's just like, this card seems so bad to me. But I'm not a Vincent player, maybe I'm wrong. What have we seen? Got a Call left, got a Dirge left. We're running low on Deathly Whales. You got 3 of those left. Rendition's been pitched. There's 1 Reduce. Pitching the gold that I keep giving her. I guess that's been my mistake this game, is just stop giving this. Just full block. Just all defense. Don't ever try to do anything interesting with my hero. Though that is truly the Vincent game plan, and to any hero that runs a decent number of non-red cards, is don't do anything interesting, and just punish Vincent for having an inconsistent deck. I'm a little afraid of what she has left. We've only seen the 1 Shadow Puppetry. We've seen no others. We haven't seen... the blue one that gives go again. Her blue base isn't great usually. 10 cards, so a lot of misses, though she hits DRE. Yeah, she can hit DRE, Widespread Annihilation. Like, I get why she would do it. It's just like, I don't know, really? This attacks for 6? Yeah. We just keep blocking. We just keep being defensive. This comes in for 6. There should not be a way to get it over the top of my blocks. I guess she could pummel. We have not seen a pummel from her yet. I'm expecting this is going to be a Creepers play. We'll see what she Creepers out, because she has no Rune Chance. So she could Dirge into Widespread Ruin. She could Jack-o'-lantern again. She probably has 1 more red in the deck. There's the Creepers. What do we find? What are we creeping? It's a meme deck for now, unless she gets something nuts from IAR. I'm sure she will. There's Jack-o'-lantern. Like, if Vincent isn't broken in IIR, I'm very surprised at the quality of the set. But she's also the sort of hero where it's like, why are you playing Vincent? Damn. Just hit. The third jack-o'-lantern is what she needed. How's Mr. Wager treating you? This is game number 2. First game I lost to Melora on Huntsman, which made me sad. This game we are just doing the fatigue thing to Vincent. This is to say that he's treating me fine. It's just like these games are fucking boring. The Huntsman was difficult because Melora just like ripped. And the Vincent strategy is just, fall asleep. I think with IAR is like, why are you playing Vincent and not Viserai? I can't imagine Vincent being better than Viserai. All right, we get hit for 6. She may banish something. We've both taken damage. She will not get to keep her creepers. All right, banishes the Deathly Whale, so this is Deathly Whale number 8. Oh, you do get to do something with your DRE. Which is... I don't even remember what this card does. Hero who is lost alive, banish a card from their graveyard. You are banishing your own Funeral Moon, which you will play. You don't get an action point back. This is just you setting up. Yeah, Aurora, I would just like to pair into, like, a normal hero and not Huntsman or Vincent. I'm convinced that Vincent will be irrelevant with IAR because Viserai will be so busted that there won't be any reason to play her instead. Yeah. If you're looking for a more exciting version of Olympia, I got a hero for you. I just want to, like, have fun playing Flesh and Blood. Playing against Huntsman is not fun. Playing against Fatigue Simulator 2026 is also not fun. So hoping to pair into, like, another warrior, maybe a Syndra, someone who'd let me enjoy playing Flesh and Blood. Worst case scenario is Vincent with a better ability. I just don't see how he isn't better than Vincent. The hero says draw. Okay, you do have DRE and Deathly Whale. This turn should hurt. And she's Vincented, so they're both going to trigger. Waifu factor for Vin? I guess. I don't know who's into just a giant metal crab, but Marlin do be more fun than Olympia. They're both just the same hero. Are they not just the same hero? They're both, I'm going to play a bunch of front pumps and then hit you. Deathly Whale for 4. The fun economy is in shambles right now. Sometimes Talishar just do be like that. Sometimes Talishar is just like, oh, I'm sorry, you wanted to have fun? Nah. Not today. There's a world where I block the CNC, block with the CNC, play the Golden Company as well, and then Arsenal the Shelter. I don't think that's my plan. Do you have a hero more fun than her? Ugh. Gravy is like, what if every game was my hardest Jarl game? Wish we had any competitive events between MPW and Usurp release. I feel like Warrior's only going to be good for 3 weeks. Go to Calling Kansas City. Goblin Engineer. You can go and you get your one US calling before Usurp. Okay, we got a Funeral Moon, makes you 1 rune chant. Deathly Whale is going to make you 2 more. Oh, you're just hard casting this? Alright. Do I care about this? I think I do. I think we AB1, and then I'm going to destroy my gauntlets to Golden Company. Oh, she did have the call. Alright. Well, I was going to lose something either way. I do get to block 6, though. So far, Golden Company is pretty not bad. Works more often than you think. No, because I just have to... There's so much, like, pitch stacking I have to do. I guess not into, like, hyper aggro, because you're just not expecting the game to go that long, but... Like, Rose, how many games is it irrelevant that you remember what your stack looks like when you go to... Like, when you're pitching your swell and your back alley together? Like, how often do you not have to care about the fact that you did that? Currently, I have no gold, so when I draw Golden Anvil, I'm going to be real sad about it. Is this the first widespread annihilation we've seen? I've never once pitch stacked in hundreds of games of Gravy. Rose, that can't possibly be good. That's like Gravy's whole thing. Especially if Jarl is popular. What are you hoping for with the IAR Marlin expansion slot? Apparently it's saucy. Aurora, did you get a Marlin? Are you a Ranger expansion slot? I figured you'd be a ninja again. It is now apparent to me that LSS silos us into our respective heroes, our respective classes. I pitch deck by having really awkward Mario turns and then I draw 2 Saber Kiss of Death T-Talk second cycle to blow them up. When I played my Battleground event, I played into 4 marionettes, and every one of them was like, did you see that cool turn cycle I was setting up? And every time I'm like, no. Everyone was like, dang, you beat me 1 turn before I hit my pitch deck. And then they flip over the top 4 and it's like, Saver, 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 T-Talks. And every time I'm like, damn, that was sick. I didn't pay attention to that at all. Given the game state, I believe my line here is just Golden Grail, pitch my 2 reds, Arsenal to shelter, hold a rake back. She could definitely reduce me here, which would be sad. It's probably this card that she's had in her arsenal forever. But my intention here is just Arsenal a Direct and then hold a blue. Like, she has 17 cards left to play with. I have 34. I will win this game if it goes long enough. So I'm just like, Arsenal to React, IP a blue. She has 4-5 rune chance at the start of her next turn. Let's just try to prevent as much as I can. I can pitch stack and Gravy, but you definitely don't need to. I just don't see how you're beating Jarl without pitch stacking. Okay. LSS thinks I'm a reviled ninja wizard. LSS thinks that I am a reviled brute. Which, you know, how many of those could there possibly be? I pitch deck more when there are 15 cards in my deck than I do with 60. That's reasonable. Oh, did they pitch reduce? Okay, so they pitched a reduce and a haunting rendition, which means that I am never supposed to attack. You beat 4 Jarls the weekend of Nats? Yeah, but those were bad Jarls. How often did they blow up your compass? I know one of my buddies watched a game at the Pro Tour where I think they actually played the game. Yeah, it was one of my teammates was on Gravy, played against a Jarl. The Jarl, I don't know if they had put a counter on the compass yet, but they pitched a Frozen to Death to swing a hammer at an ally, and I'm like, damn, this is why the Jarl win rate into Gravy is so bad. I can't believe this was a shadow puppetry. I guess it makes sense because I've only seen one so far this game, but like, I thought for sure this was going to be the reduce. But as Mekida said, we've seen a reduce. Well, I really wish I had that CNC so I could have swung 6. Every game your compass was gone, turn 3 to 4. Then your Jarls just didn't know the matchup. I don't know. I guess they just weren't as good as content creator Lupine Fiasco. I do need to take this one. I have yet to see a Succumb to Temptation for my Vin set, which makes me feel pretty okay. Like, maybe she just doesn't have any. The question is, do I want to Tunic this last rune chant, or do I want to pitch this blue? I think I'm pitching this blue. She has Go again. She will have no rune chants after this turn, which makes me think she's holding a Dirge. So, like, pitching a blue here means that I'm gonna get my full value. Widespread Annihilation, attacks for 7. I need to block with these 2 cards and Galea. I don't need to block with Galea. I need to block these 2 cards with these 2 cards so that she can't, like... I get full value if I block with a 3 and shelter from Arsenal, and then she closes the chain, and I lose a card in my hand, and I concede. So we're going to make this block. Let her use her action point for something. Oh, that's why I needed to block the 7, because of the Shadow Puppetry. It's alright, she'll just miss. It'll be her Jack-o'-lantern. The Shadow Puppetry? Oh, she ordered it? Okay. Eloquent Eulogy was banished. That was from the Shadow Puppetry? Damn. Unlucky. I usually don't see them hit on Shadow Pup. Jarl is much easier when Chart and Remembrance were legal. That's true. When Chart was legal... Yeah. Jarl still had everything that he also had previous. I was trying to remember if Jarl, like, got anything by the time Chart was... Or when Chart was legal. And I don't think so. Okay, we have a rune chant for the eulogy. Again, I forgot about the Shadow Puppetry, or else I would have blocked with Galea. So that's my fault. I mean, again, we're kind of looking at there's the Dirge. Hey, we called it. Now I'm a little less depressed about this eulogy. Everything was easier when Chart was legal. That's so true. That's so true, bestie. And just AB all of this. We have both already taken damage. I believe I am supposed to get hit here. Like, I could not get hit by this. But I feel like playing the, like, holding the shelter has just got to be better. Like, I think I'm fine to go to 12 here. There's no follow-up. There's no succumb. There's no, like, unbanned Chart. Let Gravy zoom. Gravy's fine. Gravy doesn't need the help. Gravy just won a calling. Between Delph and Rose, Gravy's biggest, most delusional defenders, who are just like, Gravy's so bad, he really needs the help, as he wins callings. As he top 8s the Pro Tour, Gravy Bones does not need help. Our opponent has 12 cards left to play with. You are surely dead. If they unban Shard, you wouldn't have to worry about him. That's so true. Is anyone even, but Rose, is anyone even going to be playing Gravy after Malice releases? I thought we were all just going to play Malice. He's not bad. He's great. He won the most recent calling. Evan Tangy is just the GOAT. Noah Clark is also really good, but don't tell him I said that. He's not in here anymore. I know this. He always stops by for 5 minutes, yells at me for something, and then leaves. Alright, what is happening to me? You have banished a Widespread Ruin. Tough Nut top that same calling, sir, don't you dare. Tough Nut and Gravy are equally good. I'm usually not a gravy merchant, but the only ones winning on gravy are the really good folks. So then then they're fine. You could ban more. Been telling gravy players that Bubba Lubba was the chart replacement. They have all the tools they need. Telling no one now, Ian, don't. Hey, it's another shadow puppetry. That really was just like the bottom of your deck. All right, let's see if I get punished for this eloquent eulogy. If I lose this game, then maybe I was just supposed to race the Vin set. And that's the plan. Tough Nut and Gravy are equally good. It's true. Someone at the Pro Tour was telling me that they beat a Gravy with a Tough Nut, and the Gravy was, like, crashing out. All right, we've got DRE coming in for 7 with Go Again. Hey, I'm remembering it this time. Seven with Go Again says that I have a couple options. I can either block 6 and 7 with Galea, or I could block 7 with D-React and a 3 block. And I feel like D-React 3 block has got to be better. I beat some gravies last year in Hamburg with Tough Nut. They were all smiley at the beginning, mauling really hard at the end of the game. Yeah, I get that. Like the gravy matchup with Tough Nut. Is it good? Reading from Saturday Morning in New Zealand. What's up, Story Circle? Good morning. I feel like the gravy matchup as Tough Nut. My understanding is that it's very bad for you, but it's also, like, fun. Captain Bones can't help but block Rock with his face. Don't you just get overrun by allies? Or is it very, like, they have to find all the Go Again, and they're more likely to not do that? You have a blue Deathly Whale. You have no DREs left. I guess you could DRE into a DRE. We have a Reduce, a Rendition. You've banished your Malefic. You drilled a gravy player. A drilled gravy player absolutely beats Tough Nut most of the time. I assume so. Like, that's what I think happens. Like, the gravy can get got. But if Tough Nut's whole deal is like, I'm going to block a bunch and then rock for 7, like, as soon as the gravy keeps an ally on board, like, what is the Tough Nut going to do against that? If the gravy races wrong, to get hit with a rock. Yeah, but the Tough Nut needs to keep finding enough Go Again, right? That's what I would assume. If the Tough Nut doesn't find enough Go Again, then they just get overrun. You're going to Eloquent Eulogy me. So we say 0. You have no more culls. So there is no follow-up to this. And then I just block 6. Go Again is printed on your shoes, but you get 1 use. Oh, as scab skins. We're not afraid of the dice, never fear. You cannot be afraid of the dice. Let it ride. You are surely dead. Eloquent's Funeral Moon says you can't do anything. You've already grasped. So she can Funeral Moon with an action point, and then it's Flail? My leather J's. rune chant. Are you going to flail me? Reduce. Wow. Am I going to lose this game? Well, shit, now I wish I had used my Galea. Skip all rune chants. I go to 1. I go to 1, and if she has any shadow, she kills me. Jeez. This has been a Vincent game of all time. It was enough to get her there. I'm at 1. If she has any unpreventable, any shadow left in her deck, then I'm dead. That was truly a game. And because I blocked wrong. If I had given the Galea to stop the shadow puppetry, I would have had a 3 block left. I'd be at 4 currently. And I would feel pretty confident that I'm not dead. Inferred existence. She doesn't even need it. She just needs anything shadow. That's not anything shadow. Simply pitch your heart. You're so right. This is for 5. We get to go block, block. Arsenal money where your mouth is, I guess. Because why not? We'll see. I do not remember what's in her deck. I do not remember if she has a shadow card left in her deck. I believe this is reduced to Rune Chant. We win these, I believe. We'll see. If she finds one source of unpreventable damage. Otherwise, yeah, I just chill. We've hit our pitch stack, which is why it's every blue that I've ever put into my deck. Hey, she just has 4 rune chants. This is coming for 6. Vin loses these. We just block 6. We just block 6 and then I do nothing on my turn. I just don't get walked into a position where I die. I mean, I guess I could money where your mouth is here. She has a reduce in Arsenal, but she can't play it. We just pass. We're in that part of the game where we just start passing. Reduce, blue deathly, block card, widespread, widespread. My chat is so much better than I am. This is and you're Flesh and Bad. Why not change your name to Flesh and Good? Simply be Flesh and Good. Alright, the block card is gone. Widespread destruction? No, my arsenal. I get to make a gold. This is one of those games. Enjoy it while you can. I didn't, though. I didn't enjoy this game. I would have rather played a different game. Malice ain't gonna let you do this. I didn't want to do this. This was not plan. I mean, it's plan A into Vincent, but like overall, this is not. I want to be hitting people. I want to wager. I want to be a wager boy. All right. Well, that was certainly a game. That's okay. Surely this is going to be the fun warrior gameplay that you all came here to see, that all 83 of you came here to watch into Gravy Bones. Why does this keep happening to me? I guess we go first. Rose, is this you? Because this is another one that I feel like I just die because I didn't build for this. So we go that. I don't know. And I try to race the Gravy? This can't be a good matchup. There's no way. Our opponent left. We're so back. We're so back. Maybe now I get to play a game that I can win with, like, doing warrior stuff. No, it's the same opponent. I'm going first. This is where you get a Gravy and play whack-a-mole. Does that win the game, though? Like, as soon as the Gravy resolves 2 allies, I feel like I'm in trouble. Am I trying to fatigue? No, this doesn't do anything. So we just pass. Hold on, money. I need another resource. You just have to believe that you are him. I guess I just pass here. This card is bad. Is not a good matchup for you. Yeah, I believe that. Let's block with my Galea, because I'm probably going to use it. We get to go Pitch Blue, Moneyware, Hold'em. I could possibly glint into something. If you don't play Whack-A-Mole, you lose. I don't want to play Whack-A-Mole. I want to have fun. Nice. I don't even have to play Whack-A-Mole. Moneyware. Moneyware. You're going to Gravy? Sure. Into Hold'em. Into Golden Grail. Surely it's Pitch Prize Room. No on Moneyware. Yes on Hold'em. If the Gravy blocks, let's not give them another gold. Get out of here, Hold'em. Whee! I get a Vigor, and this glint that I will probably not use. If you do play Whack-A-Mole, you have a better chance at not losing. We're so in. That's all I need. That's all I'm asking for, is a better chance at not losing. Maybe Big Slick is just a blue. Because basically every time that I've drawn Big Slick, I thought, wow, what if this was a blue? Well, I'm not blocking this. Certainly not blocking that one. Mage Master into double ally. Ray LaFay. Ugh. Well, this certainly makes me feel worse about playing Olympia. All today has really done is make me feel bad about Olympia. So I need attacks in the sideboard. I need something with go. Am I playing Outed for Gravy Bones? Like, I've got the Unsheath. I've got the Go Again. You're playing Loot the Arsenal? Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm going to concede the game. The deck is not built to beat Gravy. So we've learned this, and I will need to adjust. We'll need to put in some cards that actually can beat Gravy. To odd X's point, yeah, we need some attacks in the sideboard so that I can actually use my go again. I know ew on loot the arsenal, but like they triple out. Jesus Christ. I guess I can do this, and this is where we get to test Jagged Edge. I want to go first into Illusionist. Blunton is probably pretty good. Yes. I just keep running into heroes where I'm like, so we're just getting everything today that says don't play Gravy. You're on Aphrodite. Oh my god. Chat. Every once in a while, you just get a bad day. You just get a bad stream day. And this is one of those. This is one of those bad stream days where you just say, why am I doing this? Is performance bonus the go again that I'm supposed to have? Yeah, this is why we're testing. I'm playing this out because of Jagged Edge. I want to see if that does anything. I also have like the worst blue in my deck. You cook Axe plus Cleave sideboard. We'll take the upper hand here. Fate Foreseen. Alright, this gets you... I am going to Galea this because I do not want this prize room in my arsenal. I would rather just make another gold. I don't have go again, which is sad. I would have broken a gold there. This hand does something. Telstar players right now are dedicated to only trying to counter warriors and entering literally every other matchup. You're not wrong. That's not a wrong assumption to make. Telstar players do love to just pick on the new kids. To Aphrodite pass. This is a real. Why did I show up to work today? Why did we even come here? Check raise, hold 'em. I wonder. I guess I could have done that. Held the donkey. We're to the start of this turn. I came up with a better line, which is check raise, hold 'em, pitch big stick, grail. They know we have a donkey, so it's like less exciting, but big axe go bonk. Yeah, I mean, this we say sure. So you're recovering 8. Recovering 12. My donkey has no text. All right, I'm just going to, we're just going to do a little of this. I think we're done for the day. I think we've determined that I do not want to play Olympia Prized Fighter because you're just a dog to fucking everything. Every game we played today was terrible. Huntsman, Vincent, we didn't even get to do the cool thing. Dog into Gravy, dog into Ziggy. Least favorite time on Talistar was trying to learn Mario without learning a new deck type and getting decks teched very heavily for Mario. What we've determined today is that Olympia sucks and that I don't want to play this hero. I want to play this hero. Can we have a good game, please? Can I have one game of Flesh and Blood? Thank you. Now I get to beat... This is where I'm going to lose to the Olympia. I mean, like, I'm just really bad. I just can't win. Oh my god. This hand is pretty okay. You are AB1. I feel like you do particularly have a deck list issue. Most of your hands kind of bricked like crazy. We did learn we were low on blues. I never played a big slick, and every time I saw a big slick, I thought, I wish this was a blue. So we're going to make that change. This is the real Olympia. The wagers we made along the way, but I kept losing those. I kept losing my wagers. What does my hand do? Quick Succession, Skizzic, Closed Chain, Serenade, Skizzic, Path of Same Ends. That's pretty good. I know. Now I've really stuck my neck out as like, this hero's bad. For 7, do I want to D-react this? I don't think so. I mean, they won the die roll, which is already puts me in a bad spot. But I cannot lose this game after shit-talking Olympia. What's up, Alex? No, it's not the wager. I keep losing the wagers. Olympia's just bad. It's just a bad deck. I just feel bad playing it. Embodiment Skizzic. Send Skizzy for another 5. Give me armor here. Here's a Path of Same Ends. Would you like to address it? Nice. This represents 7 damage. All right, see? This was a good turn. Let's see what Olympia does. All right, they have a shit ton of everything. So let's see. I cannot face Purgatory here. Pigs like dominate. This is what I wanted to do. Oh my god. This is what I wanted to do to people and was never allowed to do. What does my hand do? Block 4, go Fry, Closed Chain, Nimbleism, Jack Me Nimble, Snatch. You get to draw a card, and then you get more intellect. I mean, that's pretty good. This was the turn I wanted to do ever. But I kept playing into the weird decks that wouldn't let me have fun. Jesus. I know. Maybe that's what I needed. Maybe that's been my problem, is I'm just not him. Close the combat chain, Nimbleism, Jack Be Nimble. I get to steal a gold and then not do anything with it. Have a snatch. I will ask them to give me cards. Sure, I'll take the upper hand. They get their gold back. I still can't use my face Purgatory. Hey, I'm gonna get to use this scar for a scar though, so we're big up. I go below 20, we get to go scar. I hope they don't block it, so second strike is on. We just get to go 4-4-7. I could snap if I really needed to, but I doubt I do. Raise Blades for +3. This card seems very good. Very much the, like, do the Azalea thing. Could not have covered that up between the D-reactive card from hand and armor. Rake back here is pretty good. Oh my god. Why don't I get to do fun why didn't I ever get to have fun playing Olympia? I mean, Jesus Christ. This deck is built the way that I wanted to play Olympia, and just the turns never lined up. Could I have stopped it? Jesus Christ. Alright. I still have a bunch of armor. Of course you block that. Of course you correctly put me on it. Have a snatch. You've given me armors. They can give me Galea, which they will. You're just not... I know. I'm just not him. My Olympia opponent is just better than I am. So this is lethal, so I should probably think about blocking it. We go face purg, quick succession, lightning surge, grasp dyadic, and this plays around +3. Burn up shock here is okay. Could definitely be better, but it's not bad. 3, 4, 1. I'll even get a vigor, which doesn't matter. Wow. Haven't outed. The most card in my deck. Of all the cards in my deck, outed is one of them. I don't love that for me. I don't love when my Olympia opponent just says, yeah. Okay, I do have a... Thank God. I'm wondering if I'm supposed to take buff. So that I come in for 4, snap it up to 5, and then Scorpio. I think I am. Have a Scorpio. You give me your Golden Gate. If they overcommit and I find the shock, I can kill them. I did not find the shock. This is 11. Block 5. Block 7. I go to 3 currently. I get to rabble. Like, is there a way for me to get current funnel down? I think the answer is no. I think it's just block 7 like this. If they all in me, or if they, not all in. This one, up the ante. You're playing into the muck. Sure. In the aggro mirror. All right, we go to 1. 4 one time. Thank God. Oh, the team react. This is an Olympia. I played 4 games of Olympia, hated all of them. Kriatos, which, to be fair, my games against Olympia were not so much... It wasn't like, oh, the hero isn't functional. It's like, I just kept running into the decks that counter Olympia. So I played into a Huntsman that just, like, had my number. And then I played into... Played into a Huntsman, played... Oh, I'm just dead here. Hella W here? This is not a W. They have AB1. I'm just dead. And I have to... I have to commit to stopping them. They just had it. They just had a couple of nuts turns. Of course, now they pitch a red. Oh my god. Sure. Yep. Good game. What it just like... Why don't I get to do that? Why don't I get to have fun? Why were my Olympia games all fucking awful? And then they get to pair into a matchup where they win the die roll and then get to, like, do a fun thing. Ugh. Chat, I gotta tell you, sometimes you just have those days where the streaming really just isn't worth it. Like, why did I come to work today? What a terrible series of games. Just absolutely awful. Whatever. Give this one a try. I don't mind getting high rolled. It's just like the frustration of having played just a bunch of shit games myself. And to everyone who's just trying to beat Warrior. And then I, do my good deed for the day. Queue up something that doesn't just auto-win against Olympia. And then they high roll me. Warrior Summer, I get, not if you're me. If you're me, you only play against people. Whenever an attack card hits this combat chain, if you're me, you just play against people who want to beat up on Warrior. And it's really fun. What does your stuff do? Destroy this, create a Blade Dance or Flurry token. This defended, put it into your soul. You may charge your hero's soul if a yellow card... Okay. I'm not at lower life, so my hand just doesn't really convert, which means that I have to play Arc Lightning. Shooting myself would be the way to turn this turn on. But I am not going to do that. Send Scar first. I just play Tough Nut and throw rocks at people until Malice drops. That's fair. You would have had more fun today than I did. Now I'm just salt playing Aurora. You know, a good deck. Have a fry. I wonder if I think I'm supposed to end this turn on a Scorpio. Like, I think she has too much armor. Or he has too much armor. I'm supposed to just throw the damage. Although I guess this gets blocked by Longsword Leggings. Either way, I think I arsenal the Snatch and I wait for a Nimblism or a Press. Like, I'm not getting Go again out of this, so I don't even get an action point. I think we just arsenal the Snatch. This is... Okay, this is effectively Blade Break. I know what this is. This is also Blade Break. Okay. That's the most okayest hand I could draw. I get to go... Serenade, 4, Nimblism, 7. I think that's fine. I just don't block this. And if you've got, like, Steel Hand, I wasn't going to block it anyway, so it isn't, like, covering 3 here or covering 4 with armor matters. I could have face purged, but this doesn't seem like the time. We've got the Snatch. What's up, Tommy? Is Bolton any good now? I can tell you Olympia is pretty ass. I can tell you Olympia felt really bad, and then I played against it, and they just fucking rolled me. Everything I wanted to do as Olympia, they did. And it was really fun. What is going to be better, 4-10 or 7-7? I think those are equally good. I don't know if Bolton's any good. I guess we'll find out. I don't think so. I feel like he is probably not. Just send our 10 here. I did read the interview, Tommy. I did not watch the interview. I apologize for not giving you the view, but I read the interview, and yeah, Delph is right. That was a real banger. Very good interview. Very interesting to hear what he had to say about Levia and how they didn't want to give her a new hero because of how people had felt about embodiment. But I think I want to wait on this. We want to send a rabble first and just see what the top of my deck is. I have an Olympia list if I wanted to try it. If I never play Olympia again, I would be very happy about it. Okay, so I have a Sink Below on top of my deck. I think I am then fine to do this. Embodiment buff. Send the Skizzik for 5. Into Rabble. We're going to see how they block. If it looks like they are committed to keeping this hand, then I will send my Snatch. If they put cards on the table, then I will Scorpio. Have a Snatch. Block or don't, I don't care. They cannot just give me armor. Yeah, it's interesting the way James White talked about Levia, where they're like, oh, we just printed a Cilio 2 and people hated it, so we didn't want to do that again. And it's like, no. Why am I blanking on who it was? Taylor Morrow called it out on Blue Sky of like, you are misunderstanding why people didn't like a Cilio 2. It had nothing to do with being a Cilio. It had everything to do with this hero just came out. I think I can give armor here to play around the blowout. I am like, I guess I could Sink Below. My hand does a few interesting things. I think I give the armor here and I'm pretty happy about it. I can face Purg if I want to, but I'm not necessarily trying to. Oh, sure. I guess I was supposed to face Purg here. What just happened? Why did you get a card? This is going to be an insane Lumina turn. Well, if I wasn't going to face Purg before, I definitely am now. I guess this is the good block. Warcry of Bologna. Discard this, banish X time. The next time weapon deals X. Oh, okay, well that's bad is why. Cool. Attacks for 6, attacks for 5. Here we give Grasp and Sink. I can prevent some life gain. That's pretty good. Wow. For their turn being as insane as it was, my counter to it was pretty good. I mean, this was still like a nuts turn. All right, I'm not going to stop this one. It was a pretty nutso turn, and we had a pretty good response to it. Not that one. And the question is, am I supposed to send this rabble? And I think the answer is no. We just go Skizzik into Scorpio and call it good. You've been loving Olympia? I'm glad you've been loving Olympia. I mean, my build might just be bad. Like, I think my build is fine. My problem is Tommy. These are my pairings today. Huntsman, who just drew, like, hands that converted very aggressively. I don't think that Huntsman is necessarily bad for Olympia, just like my Huntsman drew pretty well into what I was trying to set up. Huntsman, Vincent, Gravy, Ziggy. Like, first of all, not heroes that you would expect to play against at a tournament. And two, heroes that just kind of beat up Warrior. Like, why are you doing this? So that's why I don't like Olympia. Because we just pair, like, the worst pairings. Riptide time. You're the problem, Tommy. You don't have to play the deck that beats up on the new hero just cuz. Well, I don't love that. That's less good for what I have in my hand. So we just go grasp you away into rabble. Red one time? Nice. O2 is pretty bad with the elemental keyword. I've heard this. I think I'm supposed to discard this shelter. Just to get rid of it. Yes, I want to close the combat chain. Double sync. This turn is just sync, nimblism the path, see what they do. This gets +1. There's no on-hit currently. You should very much expect all those heroes at a tournament. Vincent, sure, but like... Alright. Vincent, sure, but... Huntsman... Oh, Gravy, sure. Huntsman and Ziggy, I would say no. What did you just find? You found your other Lumina? Okay. Well, I'm taking this damage. There's the third Lumina. What is this one? Whenever a card is put into your soul, gain a life. I gotta tell you, if I am my Bolton opponent, I am upset. I'm a little frustrated that my opponent has just had, like, all the D-reacts. I'm a little annoyed. Opponent says, okay. Give me the good game. Opponent, I feel you. I have also had a day. Alright, but they are going to play it out. Respect. They have AB1, so this is not guaranteed to connect, but it's very much a, like, Spirit of Irina. Right on time. Alright, so we're just getting in for 6. I'm not going to pitch this Surge. I just don't Scorpio this turn, and like, okay. We're up 13. They are out of Luminas. That's so annoying. I had to have one good... I get to go out on one good game. Opponent puts Gauntlet into Soul, so they will gain a life and gain a Soul. This is not bad for me because they are now AB0. Quick Succession is certainly less exciting than I would like it to be. This gets go again if it hits. I could just block, not with those two, with these two, cover the damage, unless they have a pump, which they are also out of beacons, so it would have to be Courageous Steel Hand. I think this is fine. Bolton Bead if after set 21. Trust. that a lightning surge? I've yet to see a burn-up shock, and I still have an arc lightning in the deck, so I think I am comfortable arsenaling second strike if they take damage. I don't need to send 4 here. I think I can wait. We're just going to Scorpio. I'm usually upset if I'm playing Bolton. New Bolton is Light Dory. I could see it. That's thematic. Okay. We attack with Scorpio. How would they like to address the Scorpio? You're going to block with Soul Bond? So you definitely have Cataclysm? Defense, charge your hero soul. Oh, you just wanted to block? Alright. That's acceptable. Arsenal second strike. We do not find burn up because I'm not goated. Hey, we called it. It was Celestial Cataclysm. I get to... I mean, we're not blocking this. I get to go path. They're AB0, so like the path should hit. You've not charged. So you're gonna play this fucking thing. I could block here to play around that fucking thing. We go path, hit, second strike, press it, Nimby, Arsenal, and Nimbylism. That seems fine. Whee! It's like I knew. It's like I knew all along. Please don't have prevention. Nice, we're so back. I could also just press this second strike, and that lets me Scorpio, and then Arsenal the Nimby, but I think that's worse. Nimby, find my Nimbylism. Whoops. I have no more Nimbylisms. Yay! So I was definitely supposed to press the second strike and Arsenal the Nimby. Like, I could still win. They have no sync belows. We have not seen another D react. Is that true? Like, surely you showed me Saving Grace. So this, I mean, this is still representing lethal. I will press this if they don't block it. I'm not going to snap. Bolton would be fun if he makes the opponent put their own stuff in hand arsenal. This is fine. I will just arsenal this press. This is okay. In life, this is 4. That sucks. I think I'm taking it. My line is burn up, we press something. Yeah, I think I'm just taking this damage. I had a Durandal Dory go crazy mode against me yesterday. Durandal is, like, relevant. Weirdly good card. Sheesh. 4/4 is pretty good. Surely I'm not dead. Go to 6. That's fine. Edict kind of goes crazy with Raiden. I'm a fan of that. You might burn up shock. Again, they have no AB currently. I then go current funnel, which is going to give the surge go again. So at the very least, I can threaten Scorpio this turn. I mean, if anything hits, they die. I think I press here. and just say, show me a D-React. Alright, opponent gives us the good game. Feel like we definitely scammed this. Like, for how well our D-Reacts lined up with their, like, this insane turn, the 27 and then the 12, which both threatened, like, life gain. I think this one threatened life gain. This also threatened life gain from the Lumina. Just how well our D-Reacts lined up, it was, like, truly wild. Okay, well, I get to go out on this one, where this game I got to do the dumb bullshit. Jesus. What a day. Alright. At some point, I will try Olympia again. Today was a bad one. Today was all the bad matchups, but we got them out of the way, so the next Olympia day is going to be fun. Have a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday. I'm going to play the other wager hero, Betsy. Hopefully we're going to have a better time of it, though I'm sure I still lose to Ziggy and Gravy, but I probably beat Huntsman and Vincent, so we got that at least. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate you all being here. I'm sorry that I was not able to play more Olympia, but I could not handle that for myself. Have a great weekend. See you all Monday. Stream is still fun. Thank you, Delph. Thank you for being here. And until the next time I see you all, take care.